We can get out of
I
here.
was gonna say, now we're a minute late because you fucking with the audio. We got damn
nobody's
metronome tick tock tick like feel like Captain Hook and shit. Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's a hell of a fucking intro.
All it takes is a button push.
Hello.
But hey, welcome to the Pop Culture
So
Cave.
much.
We're gonna try that again. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cave, where to my left I have Danny.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us.
To my right I have David.
Thanks for playing along.
And of course it's me, the man in the middle. I go by Tommy.
Stuck in the middle of us.
Stuck in the middle. But hey, today we're gonna have a couple trailers, some Marvel rumors, and a little bit from the wizarding world of Harry Potter. But before we get into any of that, man, you and I were talking a little bit earlier, or yesterday, about Spawn. What's going on?
Yeah, so apparently Todd McFarlane did an interview, and it was like a 20-minute interview, so it wasn't too long, but it's like the last couple of minutes of it, he was asked about the movie and where it stands in the progress of it. And, you know, he's been talking about it for, 7-8 years now. But I guess current standings of it, according to the man himself, is that a contract has been drawn up and submitted to a, what he called it? He called it an A+ or an A-star director or something like that. That's what he referred to it as. So somebody whose work he really likes and really appreciates and thinks will do it justice. So that's the most recent news that I've heard. I'm hoping that the director signs it. I'm hoping it's Del Toro, because we was talking about him last week with his.
That'd be interesting, a Del Toro led
A
Spawn.
Del Toro Spawn, yeah, I think that'd be fun, especially with what it looks like he's going to do with this Frankenstein flick. So, I'm hopeful. I'm excited. It's slow progress, but it's sure progress. I think I might be retired, so I'll have time to go see it in theaters by the time we get the next Spawn.
There's no telling Nolan McFarlane.
Yeah, right.
But Danny, what? You were like 3 years old when the first Spawn came out?
I don't even know. But
It came out in '96,
All right, so
97, somewhere around there. I think.
96.
Yeah, 96. I was probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably watched it around 97, 98 when it was on cable.
Yeah.
What'd you
But,
think?
Man, when I watched it, I thought it was cool, and then as I got older and I kept watching it, I'm like, dude, what is this? So, I mean, the story was cool, but I kept wondering why Spawn kept losing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a hero's journey, man.
Yeah.
He didn't get to go off onto his own planet like Luke did.
Right. So, well, you could thank Kathleen Kennedy for that.
I
and
told
Ryan
you I
Johnson.
need that. You know what I'm talking about.
The day's gonna come.
It will.
You'll know it when you see it.
So, Kathleen Kennedy was not involved in this. It's too manly.
Yeah, it's too manly.
But when it comes to Spawn, Michael Jai White, I mean, how that was phenomenal casting.
It was,
and
yeah.
that really it did interesting things to his career, because he did very small things, and then after the small things, he went off to do bigger things with voice work. He did the voice of Blade for the Midnight Suns video game. He was Bronze Tiger in the Arrow show for the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
He was Jax in that Mortal Kombat web series.
Yep.
that
Which
we
was
talked
really
about.
good.
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool. So Michael Jai White's been around, and he's done a lot of work.
I liked him as Spawn. I mean, and I enjoyed the movie for what it was. You know, they tried to put, at that point in time, like 6 years of comics or so into a single movie.
It's hard.
And then, you know, you hear that there was a bunch of rewrites and everything like that to the script, and it kind of just, like, demolished. Because there was supposed to be a whole bunch more of just, like, Al Simmons, not just Spawn. And I don't know if that was because they were originally intending for, like, 2 movies or a trilogy or what have you, but
Why didn't they make a second movie?
I have no idea other than the fact that I don't think it was received very well. I think it just bombed. I mean, I want to say that it won like best special effects or something at whatever award show that year, because I mean, with what they did back then with the cape and
Yeah.
you know, the visions of hell and everything like that they had, it was, and even the makeup, like, you wouldn't have any idea that was John Leguizamo as clown without knowing that was John Leguizamo.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. John Leguizamo did a good job.
Yeah, he was phenomenal as clown. So I don't know. I'm excited to see the new one. I mean, Jason Blum, he mentioned it in the interview. Todd did that Jason Blum is still excited, still wanting to push it forward. So Blumhouse is still doing it, which tells me it's going to be a horror thriller for real. And then whoever this director is, that's the next bit of news. So we'll see if the contract gets signed. Hopefully it will.
Yeah. Hey, McFarlane, Spawn, movie.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
I don't even know if that's still going.
Yeah, man. There's so many things that are up in the air right now, and McFarlane's been telling us that movie's been coming. It's getting closer to the better part of 30 years? I just don't know now, but I know the fans want it. I know I want it. I know you guys want it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll go see it in theaters. I don't care who's doing it. Like, especially if it's Blumhouse. I'm there.
Well, Goth Mom, I agree with you. I also love Blumhouse.
Love Blumhouse, yep, absolutely.
I still need to go see Weapons. I think they did Weapons, didn't they?
I was going to ask. I feel like they were, but isn't that Warner Brothers?
Doesn't mean it, yeah, but it doesn't mean that Blumhouse didn't co-produce or something. So, or shit, it could be A24.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, the chat's going to tell us if we're wrong or not.
Right. Somebody will look it up.
Yeah, hey, anytime a superhero can make it from the pages to the big screen, I'm always for that.
Absolutely.
Well, that's enough for that.
Yeah.
Now for trailers.
So I have played the Splinter Cell games, and I am a fan. And it was Michael Ironside who was the original voice of Sam Fisher.
Yeah.
Sam Fisher was actually, if you've played the Rainbow Six games and Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, Weapons, you mean? Interesting.
I thought not. We're locked in.
Okay, gotcha.
So Blumhouse
gotcha.
didn't do.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, Blumhouse didn't do Weapons.
Okay, that was our bad. But in any case, I've always been more of a Metal Gear Solid fan, more of a Solid Snake guy. But I have played the Splinter Cell video games. The very first Splinter Cell game I played was Pandora Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And early on in the Splinter Cell video games, they were very much espionage. As they got deeper into the 360 PS3 saga or era of video games,
Yeah.
they very much became about the action and the gunplay. You still had to sneak around and stuff, but it was more about killing people than, hey, try not to go so many people in this stage. Try to make it through without killing people in this stage.
Yeah. The Splinter Cell was very very much about like the stealth game, not the run in and gun. Mm-hmm. You know, because at that point in time there was already a ton of run in and kill all the bad guys in the most Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando Rambo kind of way you could do. Mm-hmm. And there were very few actual like legit sneak around games.
Yeah.
So and I think that's one of the reasons why it held up so well, and is because of its own challenges that it had. I personally didn't play any of the Splinter Cell games. The animation looks good. Netflix is pretty well on top of their game with what they're putting out by way of like anime wise, like be it actual anime style stuff or animation wise. Mm-hmm. Like I mean I don't want to say this but I do. I mean, you give them a few more years of this stuff of them putting out hits like this, and if they can obtain and retain some properties that are already currently running, they might give Crunchyroll a run for their money on the anime special side of things and the animation streaming.
They have been for a few years.
Yeah, but
I would argue.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I know Crunchyroll is like strictly anime, like, Eastern style anime shows and all that stuff. So I would think that if Netflix is able to pick up a handful of the titles that keep Crunchyroll afloat or even absorb Crunchyroll, like, they're definitely stacking themselves to be one of the top tier. I think the only other one that might challenge them would be, possibly Paramount Plus, because they've got like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. I think they got Cartoon Network. Or is that HBO Max? Somebody, whoever's got Cartoon Network and whoever's got Nickelodeon is definitely going to be like the
God, I miss late 90s, mid to late 90s, early 2000s Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But no, that looks good. I don't have Netflix now, but Netflix has got some stuff coming out real soon that might make me turn that back on.
Hi, Dr. Lizard.
Yep. The Lobster and the Lizards. Hello. Thanks for joining us. So what do you think? Did you ever play Splinter Cell, T?
Before Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Before Watch Dogs. There was Sam Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
just in case no one knows what Splinter Cell is, it's a video game franchise from yesteryear that it was more stealthy, it was more spy-like, and it was not based off of. Tom Clancy put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
Done by Ubisoft, and essentially, it was going to be the Metal Gear Solid killer. Obviously, that didn't turn out to be the case, but
Well, that's because Hideo Kojima's Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
But while that didn't turn out to be the case, those games were still fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they were.
You think this show will give the game a resurgence?
Oh,
For sure.
I would be shocked if there's not a game that's coming up in the next 2 or 3 years that they're going to coincide with this show.
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely like it would be an absolute missed opportunity if there wasn't like a game announcement at the end of the season or something like that.
The same way that the Fallout show gave the Fallout video games a slight resurgence, whether if it was Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Everybody started going back, buying old Xbox 360s wherever they could at Disc Replay or half-price books, any second-hand local video game store that does retro stuff.
We don't even have to do that anymore because a lot of the stuff is like on Steam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know,
That
so if
too.
you got like an Xbox, I think the Xbox One, one of the new Xboxes, and I think the new PlayStation is supposed to be coming out, the PS6. I want to say they're all going to have Steam compatibility.
Yeah, they want to get rid of physical media so bad.
They've been trying since PS3 and Xbox 360. They've been
hasn't
trying,
been
and it's not been successful. I mean, Sony's done it with the Vita. They tried to get rid of physical media on that, and it bombed horribly.
Gotham's been ready for Splinter Cell for a while.
Yeah.
Intrigued with what they'll do with it, she said.
Yeah. Did you ever play the games? Let us know. Let us know which one your favorite one was.
Oh, she's coming up with that answer. We never said anything about the cast. So the main 4 people they had, of course, Sam Fisher's being played by Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber Tooth.
Zinnia McKinney is going to be played by Kirby Howell Baptiste.
Okay.
Anna Grimm, Janet Varney. The Legend of Korra, I know you both hate. And then there's the character Thunder, who's going to be played by Joel Ouellette.
I don't hate Korra. I'm not a fan of the Avatar series, not because I hate it, but because anybody who hated anime but loved Avatar just felt like a slap in the face to me.
It's okay. I didn't like either one of them. I'm not familiar with any of these voice actors. I've probably seen and or partook in the things that they are. That's one of the things with voice actors is very few of their names I actually know, which is a horrible part of me for being any type of animation fan. Because I look at it the same way. I treat it the same way I treat actual, live action stuff. I love the characters, not the actors portraying them. Because some of these actors and actresses out there, I mean, let's just be honest, they are genuine dog shit garbage people. See, first 2 Splinter Cell games, so I can't compare really. They were okay back in the day for game of yeah, absolutely, wholeheartedly agree. There's a lot of the games back then like that were definitely groundbreaking in their own way. So yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, I like the characters. So if we was to go through those actors and actresses like lists of characters they played that I might recognize, I'd probably be like thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay. So it looks intriguing. I would watch it.
That's good. Well, I think it's time to get out of here, but I got to ask a question. Are you in?
I'll watch it, for
Dave.
sure.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Good man. Outstanding. And of course, I'm in. I picked the trailer.
All right.
So that's it. We're going to find out later if that's going to be a mission they can accomplish or if it's one that's going to end up being scrubbed.
Yeah.
From there, let's move on to our next trailer. Next up is Blue Eye Samurai.
Yes.
Not an anime.
Yeah, so this is just like the teaser announcement for season 2 that they announced. As far as I know, there's no release date. Season 1 was awesome.
Well, before we get started, because I know not everyone's seen Blue Eyed Samurai, let me hit you with the synopsis, people.
Yeah.
Driven by a dream of revenge against those who made her an outcast in Edo period Japan, a young warrior cuts a bloody path toward her destiny.
Well, see, and that's the thing too is like you got a spoiler right there. You didn't know till the end of the first episode that it was a girl.
Yeah. If you watch in Japanese, you didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, just like David said.
Yeah.
But even in English, you wouldn't be able to tell if it was a man or a woman. The appearance of that character kind of reminds me of Quincy from Bleach, if you guys know what Bleach is.
Clorox.
It is also Clorox. But go ahead, Danny. Bleach is an
Quincy?
anime.
But
Bleach.
yeah, it's. I watched the first 3 episodes of Blue-Eyed Samurai. I'm slowly making my way through it, and it's got a lot of story beats from Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
For sure. Even old school Japanese stuff like, oh my god, a lot of Akira Kurosawa works. He's a director who inspired George Lucas, who George Lucas actually ended up financing one of his movies before he died.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of stuff that is taken from a whole bunch of different mediums, and they threw it into a blender and made a white person samurai flick out of it, show out of it. So
she's mixed.
Yeah, it plays into the story. Well,
it's interesting.
Season 1, spoilers.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what's the young lady's name in Blue-Eyed Samurai?
Dude, it's been so long since they dropped season 1, I don't remember.
That's okay. Nobody remembers. I
Yeah.
watched Demon.
The Blue-Eyed Samurai.
The character that is the Blue-Eyed Samurai. Thank you, Danny. She's half Japanese, half white. At this time period, the Edo period, if you are half Japanese, you got blue eyes, they consider you an outcast.
Yeah, you're a demon.
You're essentially a demon, a blue-eyed demon.
Yeah.
So you're outcasted from Japanese society, but also you can't go anywhere because if you go somewhere else, you're Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's a lose-lose situation. And that's why the revenge is necessary in her eyes. It's against all those people that wronged her and made her an outcast amongst all the people that she would have kinship with.
Well, she was she was hunting down her father. Actually, technically, all of the I want to say they were Irish and English importers and everything that had come to Japan and was bringing in like the guns and all that stuff. And then there's a big like political coup and hostile takeover of the area and the villages and stuff like that. And yeah, she's just running around cutting people up with a badass sword that was made from metal of a meteorite. I mean, and the story is compelling. It is enjoyable, and it is anime. Like I said, it is gorgeously drawn. It's beautifully animated. I enjoy the story. I'd say it's worth a watch for sure. True 100% diehard anime nerds are not always going to buy all the way into it because, I want to say it isn't originally like a Japanese thing. I want to say this is like an American animation story, but I haven't looked into like the behinds of it.
It's half and half.
Yeah, I would know.
It's like
So it's
it's like 70-30, 60-40.
Yeah, and anyway, that doesn't matter. They know that their audience is the American audience.
Yeah.
A studio that's making something should make it for the audience that's going to consume it.
Yeah,
They're not
absolutely.
dumb. Just because he or I have seen a bunch of anime doesn't take away from Blue-Eyed Samurai being good or bad.
Yeah.
But
You watched it, didn't you?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah.
But like Danny,
It is not for children.
No.
It's definitely not for
It is
children.
not for
No.
children.
It's definitely not for children. But as Danny was saying, it's taking beats from stuff that I'd already seen. So there's
What
nothing in it
stories
that's
doesn't, though?
interesting. But there's a difference between being inspired and showing somebody who's not seen the original thing, the thing. And that's not a knock on Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Yeah.
They're showing something to people that have never seen it before. That's
Yeah.
all right. But yeah, Blue-Eyed Samurai coming soon.
Yeah,
That's
season 2.
That's the official announcement trailer.
I believe so. Yeah, it was just like them letting everybody know, like, hey, we're doing it, and we're excited for it. So, and the scenes that we watched, wasn't actually from season 2. That was all stuff from season 1.
Okay.
It looked like.
Well, when they get an official trailer, we'll watch that too.
Absolutely.
But Blue-Eyed Samurai, it's on the way.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our next screen.
Mhm.
We're going to be talking about him. The new Jordan Peele horror movie. Something's happening over there, but that's okay. All right, so while you guys are thinking, the cast. Julia Fox, Marlon Wayans, and Tyreek Withers. How are you feeling? We'll start with you this time, David.
So the only go
No,
ahead.
start with him.
So the only person that anyone's going to recognize from our era is Marlon Wayans. If you guys don't know, he was supposed to be Robin in a Tim Burton film, a Tim Burton Batman film, and it never happened. He even got paid for it and worked out.
You know him from Scary Movie.
Yeah.
He's better than being a a Robin that didn't happen.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
He's one of the Wayans brothers.
He's one of the many Wayans brothers.
Yeah. There's
On
like
a show
45
called The
of them.
Wayans Brothers.
I was gonna say, ain't there like 45 of them?
Something like
What was it,
that.
The Sixth Man? Scary movie. Scary movie 2.
Yeah.
What's your story? Continue.
Requiem for a Dream also he was in. So he's got some acting chops.
No, he can act.
Yeah, for sure. He's talented, he's funny. But this doesn't look very funny. This looks very horrifying. It reminds me of a very dark version of a show called Blue Mountain State. Blue Mountain State was a football show that was made to make fun of the NCAA Division I football league.
Yeah.
And this looks like it's taking that and not only flipping it on its head, putting a dark tone on it, just so we can see the type of expectations that are set for guys in collegiate football, guys who want to be famous, guys who want to make it to the NFL, stuff like that. This movie feels very meta, and if you're a football fan, this might be, or even if you've played football, this might be rewarding and horrifying because you may watch this going, oh yeah, I've seen that before, or my coach. This may be something that's very taboo to a degree, maybe not something that you see in real. This may have happened in real life to a degree as far as like the fraternity community is concerned. I'm not too sure, you know what I mean? But you could kind of see where that it's going or heading in that direction. Excuse me, because of, again, the expectations that are put on the players, the amount of pressure that they're on.
I see where you're going, Danny. So real quick, Goth Mom Diaries says, yeah, this looks stupid to me. Saw this earlier and said no thank you. Well, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
That's not wrong.
I'm not a football fan.
That's okay. I don't play any football either. What are you thinking, David?
I mean, first take of it looks like it looks like a traditional like Portrait of Dorian Gray type of thing. Like, you know, you want to be this, that, and the other. You make a deal with the devil, and then through what looks like some type of evil, be it witchcraft or devilry or devil worship or drugs, steroids. It's definitely given vibes of like the suspected nasty, seedy, evil underbelly that is the society of professional anything, be it Hollywood, be it sports, anything that's got some major level of like influence or anything like that. There's always the conspiracy of, it's ran by, some type of cabal or the Illuminati. And this is, kind of how you got to go in there and move in that circle. It gives off vibes like that mixed in with like, Portrait of Dorian Gray type of thing. Not something that looks like I'll want to watch. Like, It's definitely going to hit you on like the gore lovers and sport fan mix for sure, and then like some of the scenes where you get like the Mortal Kombat X-ray vision of like the brains rattling around. Like people that have played football, amateur, high school, professional, they're going to watch this. They're going to be like, it's going to bring up PTSD on them. They're gonna remember how that felt. Like it literally felt like your brain was rocking around in your head, or it felt like your neck was getting shoved out through your asshole on impact. Like they're gonna be able to relive that. This is a miss for me.
That's okay. And it's still a miss for Goth Mom Diaries, who says they want to be horror aspect of it. The want to be horror aspect of it, to me, seems like they're trying too hard, but yes, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. They're definitely going a little hard, but I mean, Key's been doing stuff like that lately.
Yeah,
like,
and I do think that the interesting thing about this,
Peele.
Yeah,
Peele's
Jordan
been doing a lot of like out there shit like that lately.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing about this trailer is I think that they're showing you something sinister below here lurks, because that doesn't look like it's going to be the meat of what's going on.
Mm-mm.
They're showing you this, and they're trying to do like the From Dusk Till Dawn thing of, you think that this is a CTE movie, you think that this is a fraternity.
Remember the Titans
Yeah.
type of shit. Yeah.
You think that this is they're hazing these guys.
Mhm.
Then there's a layer deeper where there's demons
Yeah.
and somebody's attacking. So I don't know, man. This is one of those things where social commentary creeps into the horror.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit more thought that you have to have and that's in the storytelling that Jordan Peele does.
Yeah.
It's not a turn your brain off or take this as face value movie. There's layers to it.
Yeah.
And again, that's not me calling anybody dumb. I don't believe that. It's just look a little bit deeper. Maybe there's something there.
You think Peele's trying to take the crown of goofy twist shit from M. Night Shyamalan? Because that's kind of the vibe I've been getting from a lot of Peele stuff, is like he's taking like Shyamalan stuff and actually putting horror to it. Because let's be honest, none of the monsters in Shyamalan, except I think Lady in the Water, was like actually real. With the exception of Signs, which had its own problems. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, the monsters were the plants.
Whatever. Okay. Like
we all know how that movie
I
was
feel like
I'm probably
Peele's-
one of like 2 people that likes that movie, but please continue.
Well,
I
I guess
feel
we're
like-
number 1 and 2.
I feel like Peele's kind of trying to make movies in that type of circle where it's his movies, it's his way, and he's got his own vision for it. And like the movies that he's been putting out lately over the past, 5 to 10 years that he's been doing stuff solo. Like you said, there's layers to it that you got to peel back. And I know the last director that was really good about that was
Jordan Peele. Having movies where you could peel layers back.
Pun was totally unintended, but it very much seems like it's in the vibe or same vein as like what Shyamalan was doing with his movies.
And it very much so is a real concern of, I'm trying too hard to make you think you're watching a movie that you're not watching.
Yeah.
That's where M. Night Shyamalan's gone wrong over the past few years. Because Sixth Sense, he was in that pocket.
Yeah.
After Unbreakable, the stuff he started to do, he got out of that pocket. So that's what I'd be weary of if I was Jordan Peele. There's nothing wrong with the twist.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure that you're not trying to outsmart the audience with the twist.
Yeah.
Bring them along for the ride with you.
Yeah, you want to outsmart the audience. Get yourself a decent detective writer.
All right, I think we got one more of these things.
We got one more. I'm going to tell you right now, that is Stifler with a badge. That is absolutely American Pie Stifler with a badge. That's very reminiscent of how his character was in Lethal Weapon, in the TV series Lethal Weapon, that he was doing. It doesn't seem like it's any
You
different.
guys ever seen Bloodline? Gotham Diaries. I don't know what that is, but
No.
either of you?
No, I didn't see Bloodline. Might have to look into that one.
No, I have not.
But yeah, you were saying? How'd you feel?
Sorry about that. He also was in a movie called The Goon, where he
Yeah, he was a hockey.
he was a hockey enforcer. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they did 2 of them, didn't they?
I'm not sure, but that was one of his movies where he kind of went away, and then it was a direct-to-DVD film that ended up blowing up.
Yeah, and I watched it. It was okay. I didn't care for it too much.
There was one movie that he did. I can't think of the name of it. Where, oh my goodness, where it was like one of the last comedy films where they had to do like a older brother type camp thing and kind of mentor these kids.
I remember that.
Yeah, goodness, I don't remember the name of it.
Well, while you're doing that research, man, I don't know. I've seen Sean Williams gotten a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of movies over the years I enjoyed.
Role models.
That's a good hit.
Oh, yeah. Role Models was a good flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
2008.
2008. It's got McLovin in it. But
Yeah.
from what I see in this trailer, I enjoyed it, man. I don't feel like they're making movies like that anymore. The action comedy, you got the funny dude, but also he's a little dangerous. There's action.
Yeah.
There's guys that you see from yesteryear. I don't know. I'm in. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a nod to a couple weeks ago when we were talking about ambulances. You're getting the comedy back. This doesn't seem like it's going to be like as raunchy as like Ambulance is going to be, or Super Troopers 3 for that matter. But it is definitely going to be like an action comedy, and I think that's kind of like I said, with him being a lethal weapon and the character looking like it's going to be the exact same thing. I think that Sean's kind of evolved from Stifler to that, funnier, serious, deadly, darker kind of character that still has, a twinge of humor with them. Because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter what the man does. You can't look at him and not see Stifler. you know, with the first handful of movies that he got real big for, being those types of American Pie raunchy comedies.
No, man, that's a good point. Danny, I don't think we ever heard what you thought about the trailer.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like slapstick comedy. It looks like blue collar comedy, you know?
Maybe a little bit.
With a twist of some action. I'll definitely stream this at home, but I wouldn't go pay a ticket for it.
Yeah, no.
Unless
I'm there with you.
Unless someone was a real big fan of Sean William Scott, and I'm like, yeah, got nothing better to do.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't pay ticket price for this. No. But that's it.
Yeah, Sean William Scott. Bad men. Or bad man.
What about you? Ticket price or stream?
Neither.
You're not catching that one?
That's funny.
No, I can't lie to you, no.
No, that's all right. It's
But
not
also,
for everybody.
I've got no time to do anything, man. I have to fight to go see anything or do anything nowadays.
Yeah, Goth Mom's with us on that. She'll wait till streaming. Yeah.
Another one. Well, I'm outvoted 3-1. All right. I think that's it for the block where we talk about trailers.
All right.
Let's move on to the meat and potatoes.
I mean, that wasn't meat and potatoes.
That's the flash and substance. That's the candy bars.
Yeah, we do sweets before the actual entree in this restaurant here.
That's to get the people in.
Cannot violate copyright.
All right.
We don't have trademarks yet. We're not sponsored by PepsiCo and Mountain Dew yet.
We're the same. You got to eat the dessert first. Okay. So this movie came out in May, but since we're talking about streaming,
Yeah.
it just made it to Disney Plus. Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. I'll finally watch it now. And not because I pay for Disney Plus, but because I pay for a service that gives me Disney Plus for free.
Yeah. In Minecraft. But essentially, it looks on the surface as though it's Marvel's Suicide Squad. It's a little bit deeper than that, though.
Well, I mean, when they did the volume 2 of the comics, that I was really hoping would do as a movie when they started doing live action flicks, because that one had literally all my favorite characters. I mean, you've got Punisher, you got Elektra, you had Deadpool, Ghost Rider joined for a bit, Venom, Red Leader, Red Hulk. I mean, like, that right there is a movie itself. And I want to say it only ran for like 13 or 14 issues back when they did it. That's the Thunderbolts I was introduced to. Now, that was volume 2. And this movie, I don't think any of these characters were in either of the Thunderbolts comics.
They play fast and loose with the Thunderbolts name. It started off in 1997. They first appear in the Hulk movie. The Avengers are somewhere else, and they need a superhero team to come save the day. So in come the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
It's revealed a little bit later down the line that
And this is in the movie.
this is not the movie, this is the book. This is the
Okay, so this
first.
is the original volume 1 of Thunderbolts. Okay.
So in volume 1 of Thunderbolts, the Avengers nowhere to be found. They come up with a team, the Thunderbolts. And it's revealed a little bit later the Thunderbolts are really the masters of evil. They're all villains who are in the disguise so that they can get away with doing more crimes. But here's the trick. It turns out that they really like being heroes instead of being villains. So they throw out their leader, Baron Zemo, and I think it's Hawkeye they bring in, and now they're good guys.
Yeah.
So Marvel is, and that's a thing that they just do now. If you have a team of characters, they don't care. They like the name, they like the license. You get a new team, but they get to keep a name.
Yeah.
So Thunderbolts is whoever you want it to be. It's not a concrete name anymore.
I mean, it definitely sounds like they for sure have kept like that kind of moniker with the characters they've got. I mean, these are villains that are on their redemption arc to become anti-heroes and or heroes. I mean, you got Winter Soldier's in there, White Widow, was it Captain Kami or whatever the hell David Harbour's character's name is. And
You're
then
speaking on Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. Yeah. Who else is in this team?
U.S. Agent.
Yeah, U.S. Agent, which was the Captain America after Steve Rogers that went batshit crazy.
Sentry.
Sentry, that's the villain, right?
Well,
on the team.
he's on the team.
Okay. So, I mean, these are heroes / villains that, we know from the movies or from, some of the recent Disney Plus streaming services that they've done. and are on their redemption arc. So this definitely fits the bill for what they've done with everything else. I mean, like I said, Volume 2 was all the anti-heroes, with the exception of like Red Leader and Red Hulk, who were just villains.
Well,
so I'm looking forward to watching it on streaming. But once again, I wasn't going to give Disney any of my money.
That's fair. I'd already watched it, and I don't even know what to say about that movie. It very much felt like it was trying to do two things at once. It felt like it was trying to be 2012 Avengers funny while trying to get out of that and start something new. But while it was doing that, it was trying to do some psychological story that no one exactly cared about or would go see that movie for.
Right.
So the thing about the Sentry is that he split in two halves. Robert Reynolds has, I forget what the psychological deficiency is, but he's afraid of his own power. So that's why in the film, spoiler alert, he had to consistently go through layers and layers of his own mind to hide himself, because the other half of the Sentry is the Void. And the Void is basically this all-powerful being that can suck up and destroy anything and everything with no upper limit until you got to King in Black and he met Null, because Null is basically that, looking like a Kiss rock star person with a sword. But the movie did that justice, at least. Sentry is one of three or four amalgamations of Superman in the Marvel Universe. You look at Gladiator, you look at Sentry, you look at Hyperion, you look at Blue Marvel. Those are the four supermen when it comes to the Marvel Universe.
Every one of them can beat Saiyans.
Well, shut up. No.
Maybe not. We don't know.
Nah.
Keep going.
This fucking guy. Anyways, Sentry. There was a good Jai Lee story. I believe it was Jai Lee. I don't remember. He was the original superhero who inspired all of the heroes to be heroes, but he went away, and so he was the hero before all these heroes came to be. So he was a hero before the Fantastic Four. He was a hero before Spider-Man. He was a hero before Hulk. He was a hero before Captain America. All these guys.
Yeah.
And he basically hid himself away because of the Void.
Is he an Eternal or something? Or
So what happened was he got his hands on a super ultra mega super Saiyan super soldier serum that was much more potent than the one that Steve Rogers. Thank you, Jesus. Steve Rogers got, and he drank it and became this all powerful being.
Okay. Was it man-made or something else?
I don't remember.
I was just saying, because I mean, this
it was more than likely man-made.
I was just saying, this could be some shit from that kind of ties into Eternals. I don't know. I didn't read any of this.
No,
They tap into some dangerous shit either way.
Yeah.
So he had wiped all the memories of the planet of the Sentry from this character.
Yeah.
That's the history of the Sentry.
Because the Void was too dangerous.
Right. So is any of that in this movie? Not really. The only thing that's a part of that that's in this movie...
It's a Sentry origin story, and this isn't a Sentry origin story movie.
No. But the way this movie unfolds, things don't get cool until Winter Soldier comes up. And my favorite part of the movie was when Task Mistress got popped off.
Yeah.
Because they took Taskmaster and gender bent Taskmaster, and I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
And they just made it a chick.
And this is
it's not any
continuation from Falcon Winter Soldier, right?
It splits off.
So this
yes.
not Carter's niece or some shit.
Sharon Carter is the something in Madripoor. She's not in this movie.
Okay.
No. But this movie kind of piggybacks off of Captain America and the Winter Soldier and Captain America Brave New World. And that's where Bucky comes in, but Winter Soldier's probably the coolest part of that entire movie.
No, I like Bucky. He's definitely, him as Winter Soldier, just in the Captain America lore, with just, his entire backstory and where it started and everything like that, with being Steve Rogers' best friend and all that. Like it was awesome.
The only person who remembered in the comic, the only person who remembered Sentry was Hulk, because Hulk called him Golden Man, and for some strange reason, the essence or whatever you will that Sentry put off calmed the Hulk down. So Hulk was able to calm himself down and call Sentry Golden Man. Will that happen? I don't know, because Sentry does become a part. Robert Reynolds does become a part of the team at the end of the film.
Yeah.
And this film does lead into Fantastic Four First Steps, because there's a disturbance in space, and there's an unidentified flying object coming to Earth, and they're looking at it, and it has a 4 on it. The spaceship has a 4 on it.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been have been theorizing that it could be the Fantastic Four, it could be Doctor Doom hijacking the Fantastic Four ship. We don't know.
I'm glad you brought that up. All right, so ever since Avengers Endgame, there's been a question that everyone's been asking. Where are the Avengers? Are there Avengers? Who are the Avengers? Who's got the rights to the name? So Thunderbolts is a movie where a whole lot of pieces have to get on the board and have to get moved around. So essentially, there's a team that's put together. The Thunderbolts, with an asterisk. Because Marvel knew that if they called this movie anything Avengers, everyone would have complained and nobody would have went to see it.
Yeah.
So the asterisk is because this is not a Thunderbolts movie. It's a Dark Avengers movie. But they don't want to call them that either because they're not bad guys.
Yeah.
So they give them the name the New Avengers. So essentially what Danny is getting into is that Captain America Brave New World, at the end of that movie, Sam Wilson is basically posturing for, I need to bring the Avengers back. I'm Captain America. But in the fight against Sentry, there's an anti-villain. That's what she would call herself. Madam Hydra herself, Val. She knows that she's going down because Sentry's her pet project. So she pivots. She comes up with, I know a way to stay out of jail. I'm going to give the world the Avengers. So now, that sets the stage for, these guys have called themselves the Avengers.
The New Avengers.
Sam Wilson, they call themselves the Avengers. Sam Wilson's mad about that because he's Captain America. He's got the right to call his team the Avengers. However, there's an actual team that used to be the Avengers, and as you look around, neither team has any members. And as they get into this discourse, that's where Danny's thing comes in. Through the multiverse, on a ship, comes a Fantastic Four ship. Who's on it? I don't know. But it sets the table for Avengers Doomsday in a year and a half.
Something like that, yeah. And, yeah, I'll watch it, but so far, I'm not super excited for it. But
I wasn't super excited to see Thunderbolts either.
no, Thunderbolts, I'm actually looking forward to seeing. I'm talking about the new Avengers.
Oh,
stuff.
Doomsday?
Yeah, like
So-
I'm just not excited for it yet.
I'm happy to see what Robert Downey Jr. can do with Doctor Doom.
Well, we'll see. I mean, speaking of that, that's the next subject is troubling rumors coming from the set. So I had sent us a link to an article about apparently some disagreement or insults or unkept or unwell jokes that have been passing around with the cast. The people named in there was actually Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr. So, according to the rumor that I had forwarded through our
That's
group,
right.
Ryan Reynolds may have said something uncouth that upset or pissed off or angered Robert Downey Jr. Don't know if there's any truth to that or not. It once again, internet stuff. And then our trusty internet sleuth here, Tommy, what'd you discover? Because you dove into this a little bit.
Yeah. I'm never giving you anything just off willy-nilly. I do the research for you guys. So here's what happened. You sent the leak. I looked around. Oh, okay. I heard something like that in the store earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell that clickety-clack, I looked her up. It turns out that there was some sort of fight, and that's too strong a word, where apparently a joke went too far on set.
Mm-hmm.
We dig deeper into it, and it turns out that that's message board activity, where internet sleuths that aren't as good as me, they come together and say, well, what two people could have gotten together and a joke could have escalated into a fight? And who do you pick if you're a amateur internet sleuth, unlike me? It's got to be Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds. Why? Because Robert Downey Jr. has juice, and 2, Ryan Reynolds makes jokes. Mm-hmm. So I look it up, and this is according to People Magazine too. Look it up for yourself. Apparently, it wasn't either of those two. Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr. have never even seen each other in person.
Okay.
The only interactions that they've ever had are over like Skype or stuff like that. They've never met face to face, which means that they couldn't possibly have any scenes together, which means that it couldn't be them.
Okay. I was just say, because I mean, yeah, if you were to take a wild stab at it, I would say that, yeah, you know, because you know we know that Ryan Reynolds is a jokester, and then we also know that
Of the topics that can go too far would be, you know, Robert Downey Jr.'s past. And there have been plenty of interviews aired where the interviewers brought up Robert's past, and it's upsetting because obviously it would. You know, it was a real dark time in his life. And he's since overcome that and come back from it in a phenomenal way, and props to him for it because not everybody does.
Robert Downey Jr. Credits Mel Gibson and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for kind of saving his butt. And if it wasn't for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang's failure, ironically enough, we wouldn't have gotten him as Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I believe Mel Gibson was one of the people who actually put up the money to ensure him to be financed to play, you know, Tony Stark. And because he had such a great cinematic testing, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, no, and that's the thing is like, you know, so of course nobody wants to bring up the, you know, the shady shit that you come with. You've put it behind you. Why can't everybody else? So honestly, like when I read that, you know, and like I said, I wanted to see what you guys wanted to, what your take on it was and where it was. You know, it was believable to me. Yeah. It absolutely, because it is absolutely believable. But according to our paid professional internet detective, and you said People Magazine even commented on it and said it's horseshit. Mm-hmm. Well, then I'm gonna say it's horseshit. It was probably somebody probably said something that they shouldn't have said, and somebody else took it the wrong way. But as it stands right now, yeah, lay it to rest. Doesn't sound like it was Ryan Reynolds or Robert Downey Jr. involved at all.
It's clearly Howard the Duck and the Hulk.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, you know what? That's believable. Absolutely. Howard the Duck is a shit-talking little character. Really is.
Seth Green. But this is the thing, though, man. We come up with that stuff because it's fun. With a movie like this, where everybody's in it, as far as I know, you two might be in it. But with a movie like that,
I wish
we want to see it, but also we want to know all the juicy details about how the thing's getting made because we were anticipating it. Because a drama like this, man, it's just part of it. Yeah. Fans are going to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we need something to kind of fill the gap and fill the void, and especially considering the fact that they're not doing like behind the scenes or any leaks like that. We're looking forward to all that stuff. Okay, good enough for me. What's the next thing we got here?
Well, speaking of offset chaos
and rumors,
let's talk about Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
All right. So,
oh man,
for
that
people
poor soul. Please continue.
Nah.
There's a pattern of behavior. I don't know, but as I move on. So, I heard earlier this year that HBO was in talks to do a Founders of the houses of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill's name popped up for it.
Yeah, but I think that's just rumor, though. I think that's just fan casting, because the other one was Tom Hiddleston as Salazar Slytherin.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, both of those would be amazing. And this is the series that they're talking about doing, or at least is rumored, was something around the lines of like before Hogwarts Legacy, like the school itself being founded.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a show about the 4 founders. Henry Cavill is being fan casted, or they talk to him about being Godric Gryffindor, which of course Gryffindor being the house that Harry Potter is in through his years at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, Henry Cavill, who, if no one knows, is the Man of Steel Superman from the Zack Snyderverse, or he's also Geralt from The Witcher. Yeah, Godric Gryffindor. I don't know. And I guess that's where we are. Did you guys hear something else?
No, this is the same article
Same article.
Yeah, same one that I sent through is like, you know, talking about that and Tom Hiddleston as Slytherin. I would definitely be all on board for that. For sure. I think that would be something that would be cool for fans of the Harry Potter universe to have, is like the building of the school and the founding of it, and then like the inner turmoil and stuff like that went with, you know, Slytherin and Gryffindor and how, you know, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. You know, I would be all for that story itself being something done. Live action wise, and just the founding of the school, and these would be two probably perfect castings. Who would be the other ones though? Who would be Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff?
See,
Rowena Ravenclaw.
Yeah, who would be Rowena and who would be Helga?
I defer, man. Those descriptions are in like book 6 or 7. I haven't touched that in forever.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I
I want a fan cast, and I think because they were all supposed to be right around the same age, if I remember correctly. But I want to fan cast someone, and they would have to like do some like Irishman style age downs, where, you know, they take this actress and they age her down. But I think that Kathy Bates would be a hell of a Helga Hufflepuff. I really do.
Interesting.
I do, yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, Hufflepuff is supposed to be the house that's, you know, nice and kind and caring, and but can be badasses. And if you've ever seen Kathy Bates in Fried Green Tomatoes or Misery, nice, kind, sweet, and caring, but will take a sledgehammer to your knees, like, yeah, or your ankles, as it were. I think that she'd be fun. Rowena Ravenclaw.
There was an actress who played her who I'd love for her to come back, but she was in the movie, so I'm not sure if they would cast her. I forget what her name was. I'm trying to find her casting, but who would I pick as Rowena Ravenclaw? See, I don't know, because there's so many. There's a bunch of actresses who are English who are good, who I don't know about.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to, Emily Blunt. You know, Emily Blunt would kind of.
Why?
You just dye her hair black. She's English. She's got a calm presence.
Yeah.
And she's got some acting chops. She's a really good actress. She hasn't been. I'm not gonna say she hasn't been in a project that's been strong, but it's other than A Quiet Place.
No.
Especially as of late, she was actually supposed to be Black Widow, but was conflicted because she had to do Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black, and she was not happy about that.
I bet not.
So this would probably make her a little bit more happy about that, you know.
Being
Emily
part of
Blunt.
something that could be massive like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
Emily Blunt for sure.
All right, my friends. Here's the scenario. HBO tasks you to put this show together. You're the producer. And Danny, in the scenario, for you as well, you're the producer.
Kelly MacDonald, that's her name. She's a Scottish actress.
Good for Kelly MacDonald.
So she's the one that played Rowena Ravenclaw in the movies, the live actions.
Yeah, the ghost. She was the ghost of Rowena Ravenclaw.
Good.
So
Fact check us. So you're the producer, you're the producer. Henry Cavill comes up as a name on your production. Do you trust him? Do you give him the role of Godric? Because
yeah,
this is a main character, and he's known to go off script from what it is that you want to do. Do you trust him? Now give it a second. Really think on it.
Oh, no. Here's the thing, because if I'm the producer, guess what's going to be accurate? The fucking lore.
Yep.
Guess what Henry Cavill's biggest tick is about the shit he's acting in? The lore being fucked up.
Yeah, the inaccuracy.
I think that me and Cavill, or actors and actresses like Cavill, that want the lore to be accurate on screen as it was, so it has been written, so it shall be. I think we'd be okay. I think we'd be on the same page with it.
Danny, are you feeling the same way?
Yeah, if Henry Cavill can... Henry Cavill is one to go at the producers because, like David said, the producers will go away from the source material.
Yeah.
And will absolutely know that the fans are going to go back and look up and go, oh, well, this didn't happen. Why didn't they just do this in the movie?
Yeah.
It would have came out way cooler.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I trust him. And then, I mean, here's the thing. When you have somebody like Edward Norton who goes out of their way to collaborate, he doesn't really collaborate. He just kind of does his own thing, kind of like with the Hulk film and American History X. Henry Cavill doesn't do that because you haven't heard him doing that. you just heard him being a little bit difficult on set. And when it comes to being difficult on set, he attributes that to being passionate. Because being passionate and having...
He's a nerd.
Yeah. Being passionate and being an angry nerd are two completely different things. They do overlap, but I think he just is a very passionate nerd who just wants to make sure that he gives the fans what they deserve.
Yeah.
It's okay to be passionate, but in this scenario, as the third producer, no way, and I'll tell you why. When there's room for interpretation, because granted, you're doing an adaptation, you should try to make it as close to the source material as possible. You should always do that. That's not even a question. But for when the scenarios where there are room for interpretation, I've hired you to do a role, you're an actor, you have an input, go do your job. And especially when I'm paying you this money and I'm putting you on this press tour, I have to be able to trust that you're not going to be a detriment to this thing I'm about to make. There's a lot of money invested. There's a lot of people that need to eat. And every time that you, as the figurehead for the person that's talking to the people, come out and say that, oh, this thing's garbage, or I wish they would have done this, it was out of my hands, you make it harder for that next season to come out. And for those grips, those gaffers, all the people that eat off of a production to do their job. So no, I don't trust him. Whatever passion he has, that's for him. If he's so passionate about these things, why didn't he become a producer and make it his way?
Well, I think that's what he's doing with 40K, but I don't recall him ever coming out and saying that like they fucked up The Witcher's lore. I think that was some shit that came out from other people around it, like talking about how unhappy Cavill was about it and how he wasn't going to renew his script. But I don't recall Cavill ever... I've not seen an interview where Cavill said, yeah, no, they screwed up the script, they got away from the character, and I didn't like it, and I didn't appreciate it, so I didn't renew my contract, and I walked away. I don't recall that at all.
I've heard stories.
It's always been, you know...
what article, but I've read articles, I've heard stories, you know...
Yeah, everything I've ever seen is, you know, they changed this and Cavill wasn't happy about it, especially after having a meeting trying to correct it and everything like that. And you could just tell he was just upset about how they were going about his character. And it's always been from other sources, never from Cavill himself. So if you've seen something straight from the Cavill's mouth, I would love the links to that, please.
Good pun.
No, fair enough, man. Henry Cavill, if I lied on you, I apologize. You got a pattern of behavior in the public that it seems like you're the guy that's becoming the problem on these sets. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. When it comes to a director like Quentin Tarantino, he has outwardly said that I'm not paying you to ad lib. I'm paying you to read what's on the page of the script. However, when it comes to Samuel L. Jackson, he will tell him, all right, do what you want to do with the script. I'll film that. But read my lines off the script. I'm also going to film that. And whatever I like better, I'm going to throw in the movie.
Yeah.
So...
collaboration.
Yes.
That's how that works. Yeah. Set the scene. Go with what I put down because that's my gut. And then we'll reset the scene, go with what you put down, and go with your gut, and we'll see which one works best. And that's part of the reason why you get, I think, a lot of just like choppiness in some of the Tarantino films. And sometimes it's a little bit more noticeable than others. But I enjoy most of Tarantino's flicks. So no, I would be all for Cavill on there. And yeah, you could write in a clause like, yeah, well, no, we're putting a leash on you for some things, you know, or at least. You know, we need full sign-on and approval and agreement to the script beforehand. Because that's the thing, too, is like, you know, and it's a little bit more difficult to do with seasonal shows like you have with The Witcher. Because, you know, next season is going to be, it's a whole different story. It's not like it is a movie where here's the script and you can go through it, you have to read it, the whole thing's done and completed outside of, you know, some minor shit we might have to change. But, no, with Cavill, and then he wouldn't be the only big name on there. You know, you got Hiddleston. I mean, how many Loki fans would you think would show up to that?
Oh, they're flooding. They're flooding the
exactly.
They're
so,
mostly girls.
You know, at that point in time, there's mostly girls coming to see Cavill too. Let's be real. So, like, the issue that I can see on your side with Cavill is because who's the biggest name on that docket?
Oh, between those two?
Cavill. No, I'm talking about with the other stuff.
Okay.
The biggest name on there is Cavill. So, of course, any issues with any of the actors, it might not even be him.
I believe
he's the name.
I believe John Lithgow is going to be Dumbledore.
Yeah, and that's in the new series that they're doing that has got so far a lot of hate.
Yeah.
John Lithgow's a talented actor. I think he could pull off Dumbledore. It would be interesting to see. I'm not feeling good about this new series, though. I really ain't. I'm terrified for it. I think that I'm going to stick with the movies and the books, and we'll see what happens from there.
They're fighting an uphill battle because they're fighting against this is the generation that grew up on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
There's a movie series that also coincided with the books next to Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And not even a generation later, there's a television show where they're going to try to do Harry Potter again. Nobody likes anything now. Everything is always member berries. So you're already fighting an uphill battle to just have this thing come out. So I don't know. I got to see it, but I know that it's they don't have the advantage. All press is not good press.
They better approve, and they better go ahead approve, pay for, and film all 7 seasons and just release them, because I can tell you right now, if you wait for approval off of this, it better be damn good for season 1. Because, haters are going to give it a shot just to hate on it. I'll give it a shot just because I was a fan of the movies and the books. But I'm terrified for it. I'm not super excited and stoked for the new Harry Potter series. Lithgow is Dumbledore. I'd like to see that. I think that, he is a talented enough actor, and why he's got more of a comedy background, but, we'll see. I want to see if he can be a soft-spoken but carry a big stick like Dumbledore was, presence. You got all the hatred with the actor they casted as Severus Snape, which is going to turn. I'm afraid that it's going to turn the entire issue with him and James Potter into a racial thing.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's what I'm worried about. And then they've casted somebody to play Voldemort, but they have not revealed who it was, at least the last rumor I've seen. And that means that they're scared too, because they're worried of backlash.
Yeah.
Which means that he's probably going to be somebody, he or she, who knows, is probably going to be somebody that nobody's going to be okay with.
Could be Tom Hiddleston.
It might be Tom. Tom Hiddleston would be an alright Voldemort. I'm not even lying.
Prosthetic. It could be anybody. Just be good.
Yeah.
I
Be
smile.
good. Just be fucking good.
I smile at the Severus Snape thing because they did that to avoid a racial issue. Because the Death Eaters are basically 1-to-1 a prejudiced group.
Yeah.
No mudbloods. I think that they did that casting to, well, not really. This isn't really a supremacist group. I think that they did that for that reason, and it backfired on them.
And that could be, but I mean, once again...
That's why you stick to the lore. Please continue.
Yeah, pick another Death Eater who didn't have an actual description in the book of what you look like. If I'm not mistaken, I don't recall them ever saying that the Malfoys were a real pale group of folks. I'd have to double check, but I don't think they ever described Lucius Malfoy as all white hair and super pale ass skin. You could have made him. You could have cast a black actor for him, and had.
Would have been the same thing, man.
Yeah, it would have been, but Lucius Malfoy is a less iconic character than Severus Snape.
That's true, but Draco isn't.
Yeah, true, but Draco could have been a mixed kid.
It would have been the same thing.
It would have been. I think it would have been less. I really do. I think it would have been less so. And then not to mention the fact that it wasn't. A lot of us are still real upset over the passing of the original actor that played him.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
Yeah. Of Rickman dying. A lot of us still took that hard.
Almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah, and for us, that is Severus Snape, and I don't know. I don't think anybody will be able to do it. Do it justice. Truthfully, I don't think anybody could top Rickman's Severus. And not even knocking the actor they casted. I've never seen him in anything, so I have no idea.
What are you thinking, Danny? You're quiet over there.
So, when it comes to the casting of the Harry Potter series, I felt like they were just doing it for shock value, just to see how the fans would.
The Snape thing?
Well, everything. I mean,
the Snape thing, and then didn't they the only thing that's been confirmed is Snape and.
They cast the kids.
Did they? I thought there was rumors of them, but I didn't think they were actually solid casted.
They have a fan picture, not a fan picture. They have a behind-the-scenes picture of the main three.
Okay.
And it makes me wonder how far the show's even gonna get. How far, if they're even gonna make it through all of the books, if the fans are even gonna be. If this turns out the way Rings of Power turned out, you could thank Jennifer Salke for that. She's since been fired. If this gets a lot of blowback and doesn't take off the way that they want it to, then WB has another failure on their hands. And WB hasn't been very strong with most things that they've been doing as of late.
Yeah.
A lot of their, business decision making hasn't been smart, hasn't been fan friendly. And
I'm agreeing with that, yeah.
So it's going to be very difficult for you to win those fans back who are fans of the books and fans of the movies, because you can't find one Harry Potter fan that wasn't fans of just the books or fans of just the movies.
Yeah.
So I haven't read the books. I'm acutely dyslexic. I would have to do an audiobook.
You have to read an audiobook?
Yeah, I have to read an audiobook. I did it for Lord of the Rings. I did it for Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I did it for The Hobbit as well. So when it comes to Harry Potter, you're messing with some very sensitive fans.
Oh, yeah.
Some very diehard fans. And if you get a lot of blowback on this for the show, you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose a lot of the fandom. And you're going to lose a lot of trust.
So, I mean, they're flirting with the Star Wars treatment is really what's about to happen. Warner Brothers is about to find out what Disney's just gone through.
Kathleen Kennedy, go over the WB and see if what you can do.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Go off in the mountains and sit down.
Yeah, just retire.
Sit there until them thoughts go away.
Retire. Wait 20 years, and when you find out that the fans really do love you, retire. You guys got anything else you want to say about Henry Cavill with Harry Potter?
I don't know. It's a rumor.
It'd be cool. I mean, yeah, if it's an unfortunate rumor, if it's not true, it'd be cool to see him as Godric Gryffindor. It really, really would be cool to see him as Godric Gryffindor. I think he's got the chops for it. I think he's got the build for it. He wouldn't have to bulk up.
No, he's got the presence to be like that guardian, protector, defender type of thing, and we've seen him with sword work. So.
The sword of Gryffindor. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'd be very happy to just play with that a little bit.
Yeah. Like, and I wouldn't be mad if there's just like a sword of Gryffindor prop in the background of fucking Highlander. Like, there should be just as a nod to that rumor. Anybody that's working in the set of Highlander, go to a Nerd Mart. Go to eBay, buy a Sword of Gryffindor, and stick it on the wall somewhere. So.
Okay, I think it's time to move on from that rumor.
What do we got next?
All right, let's shift a couple gears.
Okay.
All right, shake that out. Let's get the energy back.
I was going to say, yeah, you felt some type of way.
No.
About Cavill.
It's not that I feel a way about Henry Cavill. Mm-hmm. There are narratives about certain people that go around, and I think that we got to look through that and look through what's really going on.
Yeah.
Not just for him, but for everybody. Let's dissect the actual facts of what's going on.
Okay.
But again, shake that out, man. Let's get past that. We're in a new segment. It's a new time. All right, so let's have a little fun. One streaming service is gone forever.
Streaming service.
Now take a breath. We'll start with Danny.
Okay. Streaming service gone forever?
Mm-hmm. We're talking Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus.
That's not what's on here.
Crackle.
Yeah, that's not what's on here.
Yeah, that's not what's on your notes here.
I thought we weren't talking about Wizards of the Coast.
No, right here. One's gone forever. You got something completely different than streaming service. Are you looking at next week's shit?
No. What's the other one?
You got Animation Studios.
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake. Well, we'll do that one instead.
Fucking around with next week's. Next week's one's gone forever.
Maybe. What's gone forever?
Scaring me, Tommy.
Yeah, right? This man's living in the future.
I know you guys practiced at home. All right, let's try again. One of the AAA animation studios is gone forever. We're talking Disney, Pixar, Studio Ghibli. And what's the last one, David?
Disney Animation, Pixar, and DreamWorks are what you got listed here.
Okay.
So animation. So these are the big ones.
Yeah.
Oof.
One of them's gone forever.
I'm an anime fan, but I'm going to say Studio Ghibli can be gone forever. Kiki's Delivery Service was cool. Howling Castle was cool. Princess Mononoke was cool, but they weren't landmark and they didn't
Think on it.
They didn't attribute to the cultural zeitgeist the way that Pixar did, the way that Disney Animation did, the way that DreamWorks did. And if you think about it, not even DreamWorks had a cult. It had a cult cultural zeitgeist on the impact of pop culture. You know, you look at El Dorado, you look at Sinbad, you look at Prince of Egypt, you look at Joseph King of Dreams. You know, and Pixar. I mean, you can go down the list: Toy Story, Bug's Life, and when it comes to Disney Animation, I mean, they have a laundry list of stuff that they want you to remember and then they want you to forget. So, I mean, they even did a World War II video series about how bombs worked.
Oh.
I forget what it was called.
There's a lot of funny stuff in Disney's closet.
Yeah.
Disney's got a lot of skeletons in their closet.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you something. So, a point of clarification. Like, one has to go today?
No.
Or one has never existed?
Their entirety has never existed.
Okay. Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli, the shit you listed off, I've never heard of. So clearly I wouldn't miss Studio Ghibli.
Ponyo.
But, yeah, no idea. Sure. Okay. But DreamWorks and Pixar, I mean, you got, you know, Toy Story, Shrek, Monsters, Inc. You got, you know, Balto. You got Treasure Planet, Atlantis. All the Disney movies, you know, and...
My Neighbor Totoro, 1988? Oh, my goodness.
They've been making hits for decades.
So,
Continue, David.
yeah, no. Animation, be it 2D drawn or be it 3D animated, would not be anything that it is nowadays, love it or hate it, without Pixar, DreamWorks, and Disney Animation. Studio Ghibli, yeah, you nuke it.
Okay, now it's time for me. The real answer is DreamWorks, and I'm going to tell you why. Disney, you can't touch it. Pixar, you can't touch it. Hit after hit after hit every year. Studio Ghibli, the quality and the actual quality of storytelling is up there. The quality of animation is up there. I understand you didn't see it. That's not a knock to you. The overall quality of what I look at when I look at Studio Ghibli versus DreamWorks is much higher. If DreamWorks had never done anything, and I look to the left and look to the right, my life would be exactly the same.
Really?
List off some of these DreamWorks hits. There's Shrek, then there's what?
I'd have to look at the list of their repertoire.
I named you a lot of their movies. The problem is that a lot of their movies didn't make a lot of money.
Because they weren't any good.
Well,
That's...
if it's because they weren't any good, or was it
All right, so
was it due to the economy at the time?
Nah, let's go through the DreamWorks flicks, because now I'm curious.
Okay,
here.
there's Joseph, King of Dreams. There was Prince of Egypt. There was El Dorado. There was Sinbad. There was Shrek.
If you're a child, How to Train Your Dragon, I could see that.
Yeah, How to Train Your
All
Dragon.
right, so Bad Guys 2 is coming out. That's a DreamWorks flick. Monsters and Aliens, I mean, let's see here. List of DreamWorks animation. So Ants, Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado, Chicken Run.
Chicken Run, there you go.
Joseph King of Dreams, Shrek, Spirit, the Stallion. I thought no, it was the other horse movie that was from Studio Ghibli, wasn't it? It wasn't Spirit. Sinbad, Shrek 2, Shark Tale, Madagascar.
Madagascar is wildly popular.
You know, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, cut Jack Black's.
How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, Kung Fu Panda 2, Puss in Boots. Really? Puss in Boots.
I give you Shrek.
You give me Shrek?
You can have one franchise.
One franchise. Now, you got to get two, man, because How to Train Your Dragon's a franchise on its own, too.
Yep.
I stand on my...
I wouldn't miss it.
Kung Fu Panda. I mean, let's be honest. The two of those would be either one. Like, either one of them could really go.
How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek,
Yeah, I think
Kung
How
Fu
to Train Your
Panda.
Dragon and Shrek would have been, like, those scripts would have went to Disney. Like, or, no, actually, they probably would have went to Pixar, to be honest with you.
How to Train Your Dragon for sure.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon for sure.
Shrek probably would have been Pixar too.
I think so. It would have been a little bit more watered down than it was. But, you know, of the two studios, yeah, because I recognize more works from DreamWorks. Like, we can go through Studio Ghibli's. I've never heard of any of them.
That's crazy to me, man.
Well,
Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, those are Those are cinematic animated classics.
All right, so hold on. Let's take a look here. Hold on a second. So Studio Ghibli.
You know what? I'm just gonna do this.
Studio Ghibli movies.
Haha. My bad.
Let's see.
That's not working either.
List of Studio Ghibli's works. Castle in the Sky. Nope. Graves of the Fireflies. Nope. Kiki's Delivery Service. Nope.
Hit.
Only
Chicken
Service. Princess Spirited Away.
Hit.
Cat Returns. Howling like Ponyo.
Also a
Aradia.
hit.
And yet I've never heard of any of these. Not a single one at all. Like, and I'm not even exaggerating. I've never heard of any of this stuff.
I've heard of them, but they weren't.
You're also an anime fan, too.
Well,
though.
they weren't. Yeah, but that's
Those are crossover hits, though.
this form of
Apparently not that big, at least in my opinion.
this form of anime was meant to hit the Western. Was
Well,
meant
the
to
shit
grab
stopped at the West Coast then
Yeah.
because it didn't make it here to Illinois for me.
It was
Unless it's Oscar winning.
it was meant to grab the attention of the Western audiences
I
for
know.
sure, and it did its best. And
I'm sorry, the Oscars is not the feather in the cap that people want
they
to
were
say it is.
they
Not
were the
now.
ones
That's
who
true.
were doing a really good job at re-releasing their stuff and making it seem as if it was new. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the animation on some of this stuff is really, really good. I'm gonna tell you right now, My Neighbor Totoro puts me to sleep every time I watch it. But I can't deny. I can tell you what part I fall asleep at too. When the walking bus comes up in that tall grass and the water comes up, that's the moment I always fall asleep at My Neighbor Totoro. I don't know
So
why.
the movie's that boring. Gotcha.
It just always.
Spirited Away is probably the only one that I've actually heard of, and it dropped, I want to say right around the same time as Black Beauty.
Black Beauty.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That
book?
Now they made it a movie. That was a horse movie. I have to look up the year. Look up the year that Black Beauty came out.
Was that DreamWorks?
No, that wasn't. It was a live action.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a
I
live
think
action.
Natalie Portman. No,
No, this is before
I'm thinking-
before she was in it. This is before she was the thing.
I'm thinking.
And
of
Spirited
something
Away is not even a horse thing. So
No.
I'm thinking of Spirit the horse from
else.
DreamWorks.
Oh, Black Beauty.
I'm thinking of Spirit
1994.
from-
I know
from
exactly what you're
DreamWorks.
talking
I'm
about.
thinking
No,
of-
Cimarron.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Spirited from DreamWorks. So no, nothing on this repertoire is anything that I have seen and or heard of.
That's crazy
That
work, man.
that
I'm sorry,
that kid was in Secret Garden. Andrew Green or Andrew Knott,
Yeah.
who played Joe Green. That kid was in Secret Garden.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Alan Cumming in it. My goodness.
yeah, no, that's a flick. That's an old flick. But that's worth a watch as a live action.
Not animated.
What'd you
live.
say? Black Beauty?
Yeah,
Yes.
Black Beauty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's in that?
I literally just.
Alan Cumming?
I know what you're trying to do.
So who voiced Beauty in that one?
um,
Because it's narrated by the horse.
Okay. Was this a Disney thing?
No.
no, it's an English film.
No. Okay.
It doesn't say. I'm assuming Carolyn Thompson. Was it a woman?
No.
Okay,
Are you looking at the same movie?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
Well,
Some battles you don't have to fight. They fight themselves.
right.
All right, hold on a second.
I'm also not on IMDb, so.
What the Nutsack.
Oh, Alan Cumming did the voice of Black Beauty.
One trip to the right website saves all these
I'm
problems.
telling you, for real. Like, I'm on Google. I didn't even make it to IMDb. You know who it said did Black Beauty? Alan fucking Cumming. Yeah, it's
Let's get out of this segment, man. This is terrible.
Sean Bean's in it.
Okay.
It's one of the
List
movies
them
that
off.
Sean Bean was in that he didn't die.
Right.
List them
there you
off,
go.
man. And then we're done.
So, the stars of the flick, the actual cast, all right? Alan Cumming voices Black Beauty. Sean Bean is Farmer Gray. David
Not.
Thewlis
Or no.
is in it. Jim Carter's in it. Peter Davidson, Alan Armstrong, John McHenry, Eleanor Braun, Peter Cook,
Adrian Ross Magenti and Lyndon Davies. These are going to be, like those are the top tiered actors. But it is a fantastic story.
Sure.
It's worth a watch if you get a chance.
I'm going to sit down, man, because that's one of those ones I missed, and that's a time period where I liked everything.
This is 94, so you was... Well, hell, what year were you born? You're 30.
I've been here since 1990.
1990? So you 4, probably a little bit. It's a horse flick.
Yeah.
I got nothing for you on that. I was 7 when it came out.
I respect it, though, man.
So.
I would have watched it.
But no, I've never seen any Studio Ghibli shit at all. Whether it's shit or not, my opinion, Studio Ghibli can go.
Yeah, hey, that's not
Yeah,
so.
Studio Ghibli can go.
Ghibli,
and I've seen Studio Ghibli
DreamWorks,
movies.
Ghibli.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's for the people. Now tell me something. Throw something in the chat, or if you're on YouTube, throw something in the comments. But let's move on to the next one. Who do you guys think is the most wasted actor in a superhero movie?
Henry Cavill.
Well, since you feel strongly, Danny, start us off.
So, I've been saying this for a while now. Watching James Gunn.
Character or actor? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the question. Or I forgot.
Actor.
Wasted actor.
Watching Superman James Gunn or James Gunn Superman, whichever internet title you want to go with. I watched it with a friend, and he said very plainly that was a movie you could have done with Henry Cavill. There was no reason for you to not have Henry Cavill in that film, because whether if it was colorful or not, you still could have had Henry Cavill in that film, and it'd still be a Superman film that you wanted to make.
Wanted to see for sure. We had all been waiting for Man of Steel 2 because Man of Steel 2 was supposed to have Supergirl in it, and it was supposed to be before Batman vs Superman, but Warner Brothers wanted to jump the gun and go, hey, we want our Avengers movie right now, and Zack Snyder was like, all right, I'll give you what you want, but I'm going to do it my way, and I'm not going to put all these quippy jokes in it. I'm going to make it methodical, I'm going to make it grounded, I'm going to make it dark. Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't appreciate the brooding, I won't say emo kid, but emo kid version that Superman was scripted. And Henry Cavill very much wanted to do a Man of Steel 2 that involved Brainiac.
Yeah.
Or you had to fight Brainiac, or he had to go up against Brainiac. Name one other actor who would have known who Brainiac even was.
But yeah, I mean, you got to be a fan of, or at least have read a few of the comics to have caught any of that for sure. And then once again, I was a fan of the New 52 Superman, which to me is really where kind of the vein that Henry Cavill Superman was.
And it's funny you say that because visually speaking, James Gunn was taking inspiration from the New 52 for his David Cornsworth Batman or Superman, and you could see with the collar, the high collar on the suit.
Yeah, because there was a debate about going with the trunks or not going with the trunks.
Yeah. I think Cornsworth advocated for the trunks.
I don't know. It's not something I care enough about to look into.
But definitely Henry Cavill.
I'll wait till it hits HBO Max before I give a shit.
You think Cavill would have advocated for the trunks?
I think he would have.
I think if he wanted to, he would have.
Yeah.
I mean, the suit looked. I think the suit looked great without him. To be honest with you.
So the suit looked good, but what I really, this is just me nitpicking, where the metallic is, just paint it red.
Now it's looking like a skin-tight Speedo. So your answer is Henry Cavill?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, a close second is Edward Norton. I think Edward Norton as the Hulk was unfortunately duped out of a role. Eric Bana, he did what he could with the movie, and he's a good actor too. He played Hector, Prince of Troy, in the movie Troy. Mark Ruffalo just is not Bruce Banner or Hulk to me. He's somebody who gets paid as an actor to pay to save whales or something, so they don't end up in tuna cans.
I don't know.
Like that, he's an activist who gets paid as an actor. He's not someone who I recognize as a Hulk, or even a Professor Hulk, or a Bruce Banner, and definitely Edward Norton. Edward Norton's a close second, but Henry Cavill. Those are my two.
All right. You got one, David? Or are you still thinking?
Wasted as a superhero.
Well, keep on.
Yeah, no.
Here's-
Who you
here's where I'm
got?
at. All right, so this one might shock you. Henry Cavill is a good one. I wish that we could have got him in some traditional Superman material.
That's what he wanted.
I'm gonna go with James Marsden, Cyclops.
Ooh.
Now, here's
that's
why-
a good one.
Yeah, here's why I say so.
It's a long forgotten one.
So Cyclops is the X-Man.
Yes.
This is just what they decided to do. Someone decided that Wolverine is like a gritty character and he kills a bunch of people, and I'm sure they related to that. So they decided that let's have him leapfrog over all the X-Men material. Let's start here where Wolverine is one of the main guys, and then we're gonna pigeonhole. We're going to insert him into books and stories that he's not an A character in, pushing Cyclops to the background as the leader of the X-Men. James Marsden, had he gotten traditional X-Men material, would have been allowed to become a leading man with the Cyclops stuff. Because Cyclops is not a boring character.
No.
A
He's very
leader
complex.
who is by the book is not a boring character by nature. It's execution. And a lot of people don't understand how to write that character now.
That's a good pull.
That's a really good point. And I will say
that is a deep cut.
the evidence is very heavily. The evidence is in the films very heavily. So if you look at the first film, he was just a jealous boyfriend who, you know, his girlfriend, if you want to look at it in Street Fighter lore, he was Guile, his girlfriend was Chun-Li, and Ryu was hitting on Chun-Li going, stay away from my girl. That was his only significance in the first film. And the second film, he was a bodyguard for Charles Xavier, and then he got brainwashed, absent most of the film. And then at the way end, he gets unbrainwashed and cries about Jean Grey dying, and that's about it. In the third movie, he basically... Oh, there you go.
Go ahead, Dan.
In the third movie, he's bearded, he's upset, and then he goes and he finds Jean, and then he dies, and you never know how he dies.
No, he gets disintegrated. We know how he
Well, whatever.
dies. We know how he dies.
Scream!
Yeah, off-screen deaths are the worst, are the most
Off-screen,
unforgivable.
yeah.
So you
They
see...
couldn't afford him the budget to get turned into dust.
Yeah.
You got to save it for the dusting and healing of Wolverine.
And Brett Ratner, the director, was more of a music video director rather than a movie director. So what happened was that Bryan Singer wanted to direct Superman. So that's why James Marsden went over to be the whatever dude in the movie Superman by Bryan Singer. And that movie, Bryan Singer wanted to make a Devil Wears Prada superhero movie because he noticed that a lot of girls weren't going to go see superhero movies at the time. So that's why that movie was shot the way that it was shot. That's why the movie was the way that it was. That's why nothing happened in that movie, because it was trying to get multiple audiences instead of giving people what they wanted to see out of a Superman film. So to piggyback off of what you're saying, James Marsden was wasted twice in two different franchises.
Well, he got his redemption in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, he did.
All right, David.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, what's that Disenchanted. Disenchanted.
He's a prince?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was wasted again. All right, David, you got an answer yet?
I mean, it's a toss-up for me because there was a lot of potential with a lot of... I had hopes. There was potential, with Ben Affleck's Batman. I wanted to see at least the standalone film, possibly the trilogy that he was supposed to be co-writing, directing, and starring in, which I knew was going to be a problem as soon as it was announced that he was doing all of that, and was going through all of the shit at the time with his ex-wife and his personal issues. So I wanted to see that, and I feel that opportunity was wasted and squandered. And then, like, a close second would be a callback to earlier in the show would be Michael J. White as Spawn. Like, that could have been, at the time, had, if the rumors are true about rewrites and goofy shit happening and them turning it into, more of a Spawn movie instead of an Al Simmons movie and a true Spawn origin story, which is what it was, supposed to have been, you drop the ball on what could have been a trilogy at least then with a talented and gifted actor and fighter. So, yeah, I'm going to say that it's a toss-up for me between Affleck and Michael J. White, for sure, on Batman and Spawn.
Okay.
Yeah, those are like the two.
That Ben Affleck one was a good pull. So yours is Ben Affleck. I'm James Marsden, and you're Henry Cavill.
Yes.
All right.
Henry Cavill and Edward Norton.
Special shout out to Edward Norton. Special shout out to Michael J. White.
What about you for a secondary?
Well,
Are you just
I'm
the
stealing
one?
yours, man. Ben Affleck, because that Batman movie against Joe Manganiello. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Wasted. All right, let's move on to this last one.
All right.
Okay, so between the three of us, what is the most overhyped franchise? And by that I mean, what's a franchise that people come to you, speak about, and you hear that and you think, oh, it's not that great.
Oof.
Oh, man.
So
Dragon
we all
Ball Z?
agree?
Shut up.
Well, that is an answer.
I mean, yeah, I just...
It's not the answer, it's an answer.
See, here's the thing: is I've watched a handful of episodes. I've looked into it, and I don't get the hype. I really don't. I gave it the good old college try. To me, it's a little monkey boy that got his tail cut off, and now he's super powerful, and then goes and fights around the universe and tries to collect balls. That's all it is. It doesn't.
Goddamn right it is.
It doesn't resound with me, and I think the hype behind it is just kind of where I'm at with it. And you know, it's not a knock on it. It's just it doesn't hit with me. But the same could be said for like My Hero Academia.
Oh, we're on the same boat. I don't
know.
get that at all.
And my goddaughters, if they see this or hear this clip, they'll be pissed because they're big My Hero fans. Yeah, but I feel that way about a lot of anime. It's just to me, it's all recycled. It's the same stuff over and over again, glaringly so. And then here's one that'll piss off the fans too: Full Metal Alchemist.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about it other than the fact that it's supposed to be really, really sad.
That's okay.
No idea. Something about a little girl and a dog hybrid. I have no idea beyond that.
That's not what Full Metal Alchemist is, but okay.
Is that the wrong one?
No, you're on the right show.
I'm on the right show.
Yeah, that's an
okay.
episode.
Cool. I know that's in there, and like it's apparently a massive deep cut with all of the anime nerds. Like when they see like a dog in a wig, they lose their minds.
You know it when you see it.
Yeah, I have no idea. So yeah, but yeah, no, my answer overhyped to me is Dragon Ball.
Rock the Dragon. All right, Danny, you got one?
Yeah, what do you got?
Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar by James Gunn.
Cut scene.
To kind of piggyback off of what David was saying, if you didn't watch or like Avatar, excuse me, back up. I don't hate Avatar: The Last Airbender. I just never understood the hype. Because in my opinion, why wouldn't you just watch Dragon Ball? Or why wouldn't you just watch another anime? Why wouldn't you just watch something good? When it comes to Avatar: The Last Airbender, I don't hate it. I like Aang. You know, I like David. I gave it the good old college try. And then you guys got The Legend of Korra and were extremely upset. But when you made another Avatar series, you didn't put Aang in the Avatar series and thought that it would be more interesting, and it just alienated fans even more. So you had, when I was growing up, it was cool to make fun of kids who watched anime. But if those same kids didn't watch anime, well, guess what? They went and they watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they called it anime, even though it was not anime.
You got to understand the sensibilities of Americans. Japan is Japan, America is America.
So
there's going to be some overlap, but not all the overlap is going to be the same.
Well, once again, it was a very...
Let's define anime.
It was literally a Nickelodeon version.
No. Define the expectation for what anime is. To me, it is the animated art style that comes from the Eastern style. To me, that Avatar, because it is drawn in the same style, just like Pokemon, just like Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's animes to me, because of the character design style. So yeah, I would have to say that to me, Airbender is an anime, whether or not it was done in an American studio. I mean, shit, the Legend of Vox Machina is done in a light anime. It is done in I'd say medium to almost heavy-handed anime style. So it's anime, but it's Titmouse. That's an American company, as far as I know. So the art style, for me, is the definition of anime. Is that the definition for you, or is it shit that has been created, animated by a whole bunch of folks in Japan and then dubbed English? Is that what you consider anime?
So what I consider anime, how I would define anime was always inspired by Disney, because it was post-World War II era, and they needed to entertain their fans, kind of like how Godzilla was created. Mm-hmm. So with anime, it's adulterated animation, in my opinion.
Okay. So like Archer, South Park,
See, that's
Beavis and Butthead.
what.
Now we're fucking around with the shit.
See,
so that's why I'm wondering.
There are various genres of anime. There's comedy, there's action, there's seinen, which is adulterated. One man does cool things that are very bloody. Shonen, which is the Dragon Ball, Naruto, My Hero Academia. There's this one dude or one kid who has to go through the hero's journey. Mm-hmm. There's slice of life, which means you slice of life is basically what happens in everyday stuff. So things like Hajime no Ippo. There's a sports anime. It's a boxing anime about a kid who gets bullied, but then he finds boxing and he becomes a pro boxer, and his story takes off from there.
I think they did that story in Rocky 4 with his son, right? Or was that 3?
It might be inspired.
That was 3.
There's no telling.
Oh, yeah, it was Rocky 3.
Yeah, but Champion Joe is another boxing anime. It's about a troubled kid who's in and out of juvenile youth detention centers. Mm-hmm. Again, finds boxing, saves his life.
Now, what do all those things have in common to make them all anime? When something like Avatar: The Last Airbender isn't included.
They all go through the hero's journey, but the thing with Aang is that he was already a hero before he went through because he was already a legend.
I hear you, man.
He was already there, and I saw the episode.
No, for sure.
I'm talking about the definition of an anime.
I apologize.
If
but
I
I'm
hand you
trying
something and I say, "Is this anime?" What do you look at to say, "Yes, this is anime"? Is it Japanese inspired artwork?
If an American-born person did it or not.
Okay.
So now,
Airbender done by somebody from Japan.
Look at Castlevania, though. A lot of people consider that anime, but it's not anime.
That's because they don't know any better. So this is how it goes, man. A long time ago on this planet, not far, far away, Walt Disney saw that Japan was doing animation, and he didn't like that. So he coined the term Japanimation to separate what Disney did from what they did.
Okay.
Over the years, it got shortened into anime. So I'm of the mind, I'm from that era where if you said anime, you were talking about something Japanese. So I'm of that mind. If it's Japanese, it's anime. Mm-hmm. Now, however, I have since learned that over in Japan, in the anime section, Dragon Ball Z sits next to Simpsons, Family Guy, Beavis and Butthead, Full Metal Alchemist. Over there, all of this shit is anime.
Okay.
It's only here when we get here we make that delineation.
So over there, to them, anime is animated stuff. Mm-hmm. To me, if I can take the hair from any character and put it on any other character and you can't tell which character it is, that's anime.
Fucking old school DC Comics.
Yeah.
You could thank Neil Adams for that. May he rest in peace.
I mean,
he was the one who got rid of. He was the one who got rid of the Bright Knight and introduced the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I cut you off though, man. You were making the point.
That's the thing. Is like, give me the definition of anime, because to me, Airbender is anime. Now, where did Airbender come from?
It's two guys that were inspired by Eastern philosophy and Eastern fucking animation.
And Eastern style artwork, yes. So
I see the argument.
If it's not anime, fine. It's not anime. It's an American cartoon, but it's not always, it's not always delivered as that. It's sold as anime. It's sold as American anime.
And that was always my problem with it too. Is that if you were watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, but you were also watching, if you were also watching, King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Family Guy, Simpsons, but you thought Naruto was stupid, but you're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender where they do the same things.
They do them differently, though. I hear what you're saying. I'm tapped into it.
One of them's got hair, the rest of them's bald.
That's a big delineation.
Exactly.
I've got no idea.
When I was growing up, though, when I would look at cartoons, I wouldn't know the difference between, say, a Pokemon or whatever else was on Fox Kids. So Fox Kids, this thing had happened, this thing had happened. American, Japanese, I don't know. I don't know until later. Oh, that's from Japan? Oh, that's crazy. So when I hear that, what I hear is that the way that the Japanese stuff is drawn, and to your point,
Yeah.
it's got a style. It's coming from another culture, so it's being dubbed. English people are talking over it, and they're not necessarily the best voice actors to get the character across.
Mhm.
There are things working against the Japanese stuff, cultural differences. That when you see Avatar: The Last Airbender, because it's made by two American dudes, maybe one's Canadian, I don't know, two American dudes. That stuff's not there.
Western
because
style.
the story is Western style story. It's not Eastern style story. It's Eastern style inspired for Western audiences, and that's why Avatar touches people that other anime doesn't.
Yeah. And that might be, that might be the keys to the kingdom on that one, because yeah, I don't know.
And that's okay.
Yeah, anime just always kind of felt like just cheap to me.
I got to get you onto some Korean stuff, man.
See, some Americanized Korean dudes were the ones who created Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it's like, well, I mean, not to discredit your Korean roots, but you're an American, correct? So you were trying to appease to Western audiences so that they could like anime? That's what I don't understand, is that the discrepancy is very ambiguous.
It sounds to me like anime, like traditional anime fans hate Airbender, but Airbender fans like anime.
Tommy likes Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You like them both?
Yeah, they're just different.
My mother likes Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't like either one of them.
And but that was always my issue. It's like you what was it about Avatar: The Last Airbender that resonated with you that Naruto or
I can tell you with Naruto, it's the guys sticking fingers up buttholes. Like that is
It might be.
like that like doing the Vulcan symbol of peace in somebody's crack every episode.
And here we have a full-blown All-American.
10,000 years of death.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like that's that why?
Also, Naruto's for a different audience. Avatar is preteens, so it's pretty much all ages, and Avatar is for your teenagers. It's stuff like that. It's fart jokes and more.
I was gonna say, is that supposed to be like a dick and fart joke? Is that supposed to be like the Beavis and Butthead?
Yes.
Okay,
Of
cool.
course it is.
You know what? This day, right here, is the first time that anybody's ever actually explained that. To me, I just seen an old dude with a beard and then a little blonde kid that was supposed to be trained, and this right here in a GIF, just constantly.
He wasn't bearded. He was masked. That was Kakashi.
You fucking know. Okay, so once again,
Yeah.
that's the GIF I see online with that shit.
And it's physical comedy, man. That's there for you to look at and say, "Oh,
Well, that's another thing. You watch Beavis and Butthead, and they do the same shit in there. You watch Archer, and they do even more raunchier shit in there. And it's hilarious.
Absolutely.
And
But
look at South Park.
I understand that that's meant to be in comedic dick fart jokes, whereas Naruto.
Don't even get me started on South Park, and I like South Park.
I wasn't. Look, with Naruto, I wasn't under the impression that was a dick and fart joke. That's some weird shit. And don't act like they don't have goofy ass fucking gifs made from all of those other shows too. They absolutely do.
But they're expected because of the way that those
Because the way the
shows
show
are.
was actually presented, drawn, animated, delivered. Whereas Naruto
goodness.
is not sold that way.
Look at Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
You know
Also
what,
sold the way that it was.
gentlemen? Before we,
And it's not
because
even animated
you
work.
said the same thing. You said the same thing. We're in a loop, a genjutsu, if you will. So, if you guys got anything else to say before we end the show, now's the time.
No, I'm good on that.
No.
Yeah, the original question was overhyped franchise. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball. He goes with Avatar. You didn't go with one.
Yeah.
The real answer is Twilight. I thought everybody knew that.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go, ladies and gentlemen.
Twilight. Yeah.
Oh
All right.
boy, please
All right.
continue.
They know it.
Let's go.
The people who do 50 Shades of Grey, they know it.
50 Shades of Grey was overhyped.
Oh
The American
boy.
people know it. There's no explanation.
Why was
needed.
Twilight overhyped? What's your reason?
I'm going to tell you why, man. So,
That was
this is
also
the year.
That was also supposed to be Henry Cavill, believe it or not, but he was too old. Please continue.
He wanted to be Cedric Diggory, believe it or not.
What?
Henry Cavill was supposed to be Cedric. He was too old for that.
Oh my goodness.
He was too old for that, not for fucking sparkly vampire boy.
No. 'Cause
No,
he's
they did
700
both.
fucking years old. All right, so the year of our Lord 2000. Blade has just happened. I just get done watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Then I find out a young lady from Utah who knew nothing about vampires decided, oh, they got fangs, and they're kind of hot. I'm going to come up with my own complete bullshit lore. And then I'm going to write these books. And the thing about it is, oh, other young girls latch on to it because, oh, the sexy dude.
Smut.
He's dangerous, but not really. I can change him. And then another book happens. And then another book happens. And then it gets to me because a movie happens.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing you know, we're off to the races. We get introduced to Rob Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, and the other guy. I'm just joking. I know your name, Taylor Lautner.
I knew Robert Pattinson, and that was about it.
And these things keep going on, David. And
Dakota Fanning was in one of the movies, I think.
Yeah, she was. And I hear people saying, hey, man, that was really good. Then another one happens. That's really good. And then the third one happens, and they split it in two because fucking Harry Potter did it. Hey, guys, that's really good. And
Same fan base, believe it or not.
Potentially, that YA shit.
Probably a lot.
But then I look into it. What the fuck is this? So when people say that they like Twilight, that's another audience, that's another group. I look at it, I scratch my head and say, I don't know what the fuck's going on in here. Those aren't vampires. And if anything, where's the guys with the stakes putting fucking wood to heart?
Yeah.
Where's Blade?
Where's the hunters?
Right.
There we are.
Where are the Winchesters?
Well, they had a war between. That was the thing. They had a war between vampires and werewolves, and
I'm sorry, Underworld did it and did it better.
yeah, thank you.
Like,
exactly.
That's my dog Grieve.
And see, and at that time, I was in I was watching True Blood. Like, that's a vampire show.
Mm-hmm.
You're
understanding me, Dave.
But Vampire Diaries did the same exact shit as Twilight.
After Twilight,
it's the dangerous. I'm gonna tell you right now, women of that genre of fandom.
Sorry, Goth Mom.
I'm gonna directly call her out. I don't want to hear any of y'all ever call a dude a Captain Sabaho, because if y'all don't fall in love with that character that you're like, I can fix him, it's that's what it is.
It's creeping through the fucking fourth wall. It's 2007 all over again. Ah! Rob Pattinson!
Yeah, that was getting annoying. All the girls with all the girls with all the exact haircut. Who I'm talking about with that. It's just
Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Oh, I remember.
All right, on that note, we gotta go.
All right. Yeah,
I gotta
David's
go.
David's
I'm
called
being
away.
summoned.
thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So for Danny, for David, I'm sorry, Japanese people. This is a pop culture case. Koreans, Solo Leveling is fucking fantastic.
Oh my fucking god.
Take care.
All right. Did you close it?